Let me read our last section. And the Lord said to Aaron, "Go into the wilderness to meet Moses." So he went and met him at the mountain of God and kissed him. And Moses told Aaron all the words of the Lord with which he had sent him to speak, and all the signs that he had commanded him to do. Then Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the people of Israel. Aaron spoke all the words that the Lord had spoken to Moses and did the signs in the sight of the people, and the people believed. And when they had heard the Lord had visited the people of Israel and they had seen their affliction, they bowed their heads and worshiped. After Moses continues to fight God, and he finally says, "You got the wrong guy," God says, "All right, well, I'll send out Moses." That's chapter 4, verse 14. Here you see God fulfilling that promise. He tells Aaron, "Go into the wilderness to meet Moses." They meet at Mount Sinai, the mountain of God. And just as God predicted, just as God promised, you will be like God to Moses. You will tell him what to say, you will tell him what to do, and he will do it. And the people will believe. God has delivered on his promise. They bowed their heads and worshiped. They believed. But if we fast forward, as we'll look at next week, as soon as things get tough, they begin to reject. As we talked about a true believer repents of sin. A true believer doesn't pretend sin is acceptable. We have to realize that a true believer perseveres. Or better said, a true believer is preserved by God. Life is going to be difficult. Life is going to bring trials. We must seek to put our affection on Christ and not our circumstances in order to persevere through these trials. We always have to remember something. We're completely undeserving. We're undeserving of all the things we think we have the right to. On the way here, my seatbelt wouldn't attach, and so that annoying beeping happened the whole way here. I thought, I have the right to a quiet ride to the church. No, that's a silly illustration, but so little things frustrate us. We think we have so many rights to so many things, but really we have to recognize the status that we receive in Christ is not our right. It's a privilege, and it must be the primary identity that we put upon ourselves, that we're always meditating upon, that we're always thinking about, because then all of life's troubles, well, they dissipate. They become dim, because the brightness of Christ, the one we see who gives us confidence, shines bright.